Chris Sprowls is the Speaker of the Florida House of Representatives. Follow him on Twitter, by the way, at Chris Sprowls, Sprowls. Good morning to you, Representative. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Jimmy. It's great to be with you this morning.
Same. What's number one on your priority list for this session?
Well, we have a lot of priorities here in the Florida House. I'll tell you what's really been hot this week. Later on today, we're going to pass really the most aggressive COVID business liability protection bill in America to make sure that small businesses across the state of Florida, don't have to worry about as they re-engage in commerce, that they're going to have a frivolous lawsuit that's going to kind of pull the rug out from underneath them. So I anticipate that that'll pass off the House floor later on this afternoon. Last week, we rolled out a massive, flooding bill to protect, coastal communities from flooding. A large organizational network in order to do that, a really aggressive plan that was rolled out with Representative Demi Brusada Cabrera from South Florida. And then yesterday on the steps of the old Capitol, we had a lot of our friends up from South Florida, from places like Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Cuba, victims of communism on the steps of the old Capitol to support our Portraits and Patriotism bill, which is really to make sure that our children in K through 5 education hear real life stories told directly to them from victims of communism who live here in Florida about what it's like to live under communism and what it truly means to be free and what it truly means to be an American. And we look forward to continuing to move that bill. Representative Zika got that bill out of committee this week.
Right. Speaker, the Congress is about to pass this huge spending bill. And some of that money will come to the state of Florida. Now, we, because of the pandemic and the way we collect taxes, have not done as well this year as we would have normally thought we would have in a normal year. But this is a one-time payment to us. So what do you do with that money so that you're not then looking next year for money that's not coming from the federal government?
Yeah, I think it's one thing that's important for your listeners to know about that money, and that is that the Congress has decided, they could use a lot of different rubrics on how they allocate that money. They could do it based on population, which of course we're the third largest state, so we could get the third most amount of money. But what they've decided to do is use unemployment numbers. I want to just highlight that for a second, because you've had states like New York or California, who have said they're going to be in complete lockdown. And despite the fact that Disney has been open here in Florida for a long time, it's been closed in California. So the unemployment, of course, in those states is higher. And because of the decisions they've made not to reopen commerce, they're going to be rewarded for that. I think that's a travesty for taxpayers in Florida who have been, reopening their business and doing it safely. So I think that's something important for them to know. Obviously, look, it's a lot of non-recurring money, so you can't spend it on recurring things. We've got a $2 billion budget shortfall. Things that, impacted us during the pandemic, making sure that we can reopen safely. But, to be frank with you, I think that if, that we're going to get that money, then, we need to spend it on things that are going to truly benefit all Floridians, things like infrastructure, making sure that, our aging state buildings are taken care of, things that, aren't glamorous, Jimmy, but are the right things to do, and they're one-time expenses, because what often happens in government, as you know, is someone takes one-time money and spends it on a recurring expense. And then next year they just make it somebody else's problem. We're not going to. Yeah,
they got to find it someplace else. Is there any, incentive or desire to now, because of the pandemic and the lack of money coming in, to take a fresher or different approach to gaming or recreational marijuana?
Definitely no for me. I'm a great recreational marijuana. I don't think that's good for the state. I don't think it's worked well in Colorado. I certainly don't think the financial incentive isn't there compared to all the other issues that they're having out there. As far as gaming is concerned, look, that's something that's come up every year. I've been in the legislature since I've been here. It's a very difficult. There's a lot of moving pieces to it. So, as a new revenue generator, no. As you know, the compact, was broke several years ago. So there's always discussion every session about whether or not, there will be a new compact, with the Seminole tribe. So I've always said I'm open to those conversations, if they come up and if it makes sense for the state.
Makes sense to me. Speaker, the best of luck. We're all counting on you, and we know you'll do a fine job. We appreciate your time this morning. Good luck.
Thanks, Jimmy. Take care.